Not your typical 7 seed. You know the drama all season long. So why wouldn't we expect any drama today? Kyrie's back. We know the deal. He said just a couple days ago, even though I'm the enemy, let's remember the good times. And let's remember he said that. The intensity was palpable. Nets in a 13-point hole. Irving, Smart makes contact. And the Boston crowd letting Kyrie know just how they feel about him. Wow. Not surprising, but still, the venom, the intensity. Irving. Now watch this. Hits it, and I'm sure you saw this on social media 1, 2, 3 million times already. Letting the crowd know exactly what he thinks about them. Extensive post-game comments from Kyrie, though I guess he said everything he needed to say without speaking, to be honest with you. Jason Tatum, who I'm sure you know, of course, is the hero, will build it up for you 27 through 3 with the kiss goodbye. Premature. There'll be another big kiss blown by Tatum in just a bit. Kyrie did everything he could. A fourth quarter for the ages, had 18. It was actually a personal Kyrie run. 8-0. As controversial as it gets on the floor, with the least controversial statement, nobody's got a better handle, and nobody may be better at the point guard position in the NBA right now. Durant got it. He had a quiet 23, mostly because,
Kid show.
Double bird. The fans continue to be all over him again. Now he's asking for it. He said, I wish they put some of my great plays at the TD Garden in the last couple of years out there. It looked like he was going to move past it, but the histrionics indicate he's going to let this thing fester and then telling the crowd what they can do. After the game saying, most fans, they ain't about it.
Nope.
They're talking to me.
It's true.
Push comes to shove, they ain't about it. And I agree with you, Max. They ain't about it. It's easy to do that from your seats. Ain't easy to do what Kyrie did. 23-11 run after the digit goes up, shall we say. Back and forth game. Extra pass. Jaylen Brown. 4 C's had at least 20. He was one of them. And then Derek White. So much talk about who the C's didn't have. Woo! Oh, look out. Now that was inadvertent. That was inadvertent as Irving hits Brown in the nose. Brown would stay in the game. Under a minute to go. All knotted up. Irving, 39 for the game. 12 for 20.
Second shot opportunity.
6 triple. I thought he was going to go step on the left. Dangerously close.
Don't do that.
All right, get your water bottle ready. Boston's Brown. Got it. 1-point game. Then this sequence we'll be talking about for a long time. Max, 9 times out of 10, when Durant misses a go-ahead shot in the final seconds, that's the story after the game. That wouldn't be the story today, as you know. That's off the mark. C's have it with a timeout, bottom of the screen, choose not to call it. Last sequence, knowing exactly where the clock is. They killed the Nets, killed them in the paint in this game, 56-32. There's 55 and 56 to win it. Jason Tatum, his first career buzzer beater. The first home game winning buzzer beater in Celtics playoff franchise history. And who has a history like them? Vision there, waiting for Tatum to get into place. Extra pass, beautifully done. Smart's known for his defense. His assist making should not be underrated. What a win. Thriller. This is the way the series is going to start. 115-114. Tatum stealing the show. Chipped in over 30. Second youngest player to score 30 and hit a buzzer beater in the playoffs in the last half century. Younger than LeBron, who did it in 09, and only behind Luka, who did it when they were in the bubble. Simply put, Tatum is saying, this is as good as it gets.
Those are the best games. The games that are the most rewarding, the most fun, just as a competitor. You know, we up 15 and we go down 5. And I think, you know, in those last, 3 minutes, And the only thing you got to do is just try to figure it out. You know, play as hard as you can, make the right play, compete, and figure it out. And when you do that, and you know, you win a game like that, it feels good. It feels really good. And you know, especially the first game of a series, you know, you always want to get that one.
They still sting, you know, even though we know it's a series and they sting, and you want to move past it. But you know, it's gonna be good to look at the game and see where we can get better. And we understand this is a series, and we got another opportunity to come in here and get a W on their home floor. So we got to try to, you know, move past this one and like still look at film from this one, but move past it and get ready for game 2.
What an unbelievable series opener. For more on that, let's bring in the NBA champion, Matt Barnes. All right, Matt, first things first. We showed in the highlight Durant struggled 9 for 24 from the field, 1 for 5 from deep, quote unquote, empty 23 points, if you will. How did the Celtics shut him down?
They gave him multiple looks. You know, they double-teamed him, they fronted him, they limited his catches. One thing I really noticed was this was a physical game. The NBA's kind of shied away from this type of play, but as someone who loves physicality and loves defense, they really allowed these guys to get out there and play today. So KD was seeing multiple looks, double-teamed. They were hitting them, grabbing them, switching at the picks, just making life difficult. But you know how, you know, KD's one of the greatest, most efficient scorers we have in this game we've ever seen. So expect him to make the adjustment in game 2. But you really got to credit, you know, Boston's defense. They did what they were supposed to do to KD this first game.
No doubt. And as if we can't wax poetic more on Jason Tatum, so much of that defense from Durant came from Tatum. Incredibly, the story, though, was Kyrie Irving. Pretty predictable. We know the deal after hitting a jumper late in the game, flipped off the crowd, and then later on an inbounds pass gave the reverse double bird behind the head, letting the fans know how he felt. And after the game, Kyrie on his mindset with all this.
You know, it's nothing new when I come into this building, what it's going to be like, but it's the same energy they have for me, and I'm going to have the same energy for them. And it's not every fan. I don't want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but, you know, when people start yelling and you and all this stuff, it's but so much you can take as a competitor. And, you know, we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. Nah, that's the playoffs. This is what it is. You know, I know what to expect in here, and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them.
From a basketball standpoint,
yeah.
Do you feel like the hostility you get?
There's no hostility, bro. It's basketball.
When you were flicking some people off, I'd say that's some hostility.
From what? What point? Are you guessing that that's hostility, or like hostility for me is like growing up?
Well, we've never seen that from you this season, where you are running down the floor flicking people off.
This is the first time you actually caught it because it's a big-time game. I respond in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to focus on that. If you want to ask me questions about the fans, go ask them. Go on the street and ask them questions. All right?
But I'm asking from your perspective, from a basketball perspective, do you feel like the hostility that you get?
It's not hostility, bro.
Do you feel like the energy you get from fans in this building brings
Embrace
out
it.
the best from you?
Embrace it. Embrace it. It's the dark side. Embrace it.
What a back and forth. All right, Matt, there's still possibly 3 more games left for Kyrie to play at the Garden. What are your thoughts on any possible escalation here as we move forward?
I don't think there'll be an escalation, but to Kyrie's defense, fans are ruthless. They will say and do anything to really get a reaction. And when they get a reaction, they actually love it. Unfortunately, I feel like Kyrie's probably going to be fined for you know what he did today. But at the same time, again, fans are crazy. They say anything. They say ruthless things. And Kyrie speaks for a lot of players when, you know, sometimes you just respond. You know, in the heat of the moment, you never know what you might do, but he responded. But, you know, what I want to take away from this is just how excellent he played. And these fans continue to poke Kyrie. 39 might just be the, you know, just the beginning. You know, you got to be careful dealing with someone like Kyrie and the possibility of having to see him 2 or 3 more times in your building. You know he's going to be ready to play. 39, including 18 in the fourth. Last word goes to Kyrie. This was 2 days ago. Quote, I hope we could move past my Boston era and reflect on some of the highlights I left at TD Garden that they can replay. Move forward. Just a new paradigm, baby. Oh, well, so much for that. Matt's back a little bit more to break down the playoffs. See you in a bit, Matt. All right.
Pelicans in the playoffs after a 1-12 start to the season. They get C.J. McCollum from